the danger in. I mean, we've seen end of the world stuff in Bond, haven't we? We've seen nuclear bombs in the San Andreas Fault. We've seen.
Yeah, I don't think the scale of the potential disaster necessarily adds to the jeopardy. A car crash at 80 miles an hour is not necessarily more jeopardising than a car crash at 30 miles an hour.
No, but what
or just any kind of accident.
Okay, in Skyfall, the jeopardy in Skyfall is YouTube and an old woman's life being threatened.
Mm-hmm.
Are we expecting a similar?
You didn't think that Skyfall had enough jeopardy in it?
Some may say.
First of all, they'd be wrong.
Right.
And second, it doesn't matter.
Because
it's Bond.
Right.
And everybody loved it.
Everybody.
Have you met a single person who's seen that movie who hasn't said, I don't like it? As he said to you, I didn't feel the jeopardy, Will.
Mm. No, I haven't. No one said it.
You're right.
No one has. No, you're right. No one has said.
No one has said.
No one has said they
no
didn't
one
like.
Not a single person has said.
Yeah.
In the same way that nobody has said that. Nobody has said none of it makes sense.
No one said that.
No one said that.
No.
Not a single. Nobody said that. Not one single moment of any of it made any sense at all. Nobody has said that.
No.
Because A, they don't feel it, and B, it doesn't matter if they do feel it.
Yeah. So, the Chinese prostitute tells Bond that that he rigged a leak at the chemical plant or the nuclear plant, which fooled everyone to leaving, which is fine, which we can believe. My problem is there isn't even a Greenpeace or a Friends of the Earth dinghy going around the island. Why didn't MI6 know? Why does no one know that this massive island has been emptied of the thousands of people who lived there?
Okay, to which I would ask you the question, do the World Geological Seismological Society know that Blofeld, that's not a real volcano, that Blofeld has actually got a kind of missile silo underneath it? The answer is no.
No.
I'm prepared to suspend my disbelief, and I think it's testimony in Skyfall to how beautifully acted it is, how brilliantly directed it is. The cinematography is something. It looks fantastic. It sounds fantastic. The action is brilliant. The locations are, the locations are varied, and the action is gripping. That you can suspend your disbelief. I think.
So you were able to suspend your disbelief that Silva planned his capture. He knew that Bond would kill Patrice. He knew that Bond would get the chip, would go to the casino in Macau, would cash the chip, would survive the Komodo dragons, would meet the Chinese prostitute, would go on her boat using the outboard motor to the island that nobody knows about, but thousands of people have fled. They would talk rats. So he's then taken to the new MI6 location that Silva knows about, apparently, because he blew up M's office. He blew up her cooker or her.
It's a gas-powered building. It's a very efficient form of heating. Okay,
so he blew up her steampunk office in order to get them into Churchill's bunker. Whereupon he's then kept in a large Tupperware box.
And facetiousness.
Tupperware box.
Okay.
And he's then in the
suspension, disbelief suspension.
Okay,
keep going.
He's in the Tupperware box. He wanted to be in the Tupperware box.
Yeah, and he knew he would be in the Tupperware box.
Yes, and he then knows.
He was a brilliant field agent.
Yeah, his laptop is then used by Q. He plugs them in, which then infects all of MI6's computers. So he planned all of that. He knew that Bond was going to say the name of the tube station. He would figure out the name of the tube station.
Somebody would.
Okay, somebody.
He made it obvious. It was like the trail of breadcrumbs that can be seen but can't be seen.
Yeah, on the A9.
Yes.
Okay. And then he then escapes from the Tupperware box once this system's down. But if we reverse engineer his escape, that suggests that anybody in the tube, let's say, you know, a London transport worker, they went through two doors, an upper ladder would get into the high security MI6 building.
The doors were locked and secure by electronic means, and that's part of the thing about the story. It's like, well, if you put your faith in electronic locks and not real locks, if you put your faith in symbolic electronic doors and not real doors, if you fight in the virtual shadows and not the real shadows, then you're going to find yourself on the island of rats.
On the island of rats. So the two rats are chasing them. They're going through the tube, and they end up in the chamber. This unidentified chamber. The chamber. Whereupon
the heart of the drama.
Silva again knows that Bond will chase him to a point where he's halfway up the ladder.
Yeah.
And he can then press.
But Silva knows that he's got to go. Silva knows in advance that M is going to be appearing at that sort of committee meeting, and therefore she's not going to be in a secure location.
So why did he not just go there? He then blows up a wall. He blows up a wall in the chamber.
Yeah, prearranged.
Prearranged. A Bond asks, "Is that for me?" No, this is. And then just at that moment, an empty tube train comes down the hole.
Suspension of disbelief. Yeah, great scene, great moment.
To kill Bond?
No, not to kill Bond. To as a distraction.
Who?
I think there are two things. First of all, does that part of the film fit together in any way at all? No. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Second, did anybody notice? No. Third, does anybody care? No. Well, you care.